This time on Tom Sox Weekly, we get to hear from ECU's hometown heroes on their journey from Omaha to Charlottesville.
We'll also check out a day in the life of one of our very special Tom Sox players. Let's get into it.
Welcome to Tom Sox Weekly, brought to you by Zoom Indoor Cycling. I'm your host, Destiny Sanchez.
And I'm Will Trout. Boy, do we have a big show for you this week.
We get to hear from ECU's hometown heroes on their journey from Omaha to Charlottesville.
For the Charlottesville Tom Sox, we have had a long connection with the East Carolina Pirates baseball team, and this year is no different. We have a trio of players in Carter Cunningham, Wyatt Lunsford-Shankman, and Trey Savage, all part of the team and all making big impacts.
So I started my career off at Gardner-Webb University in Boiling Springs, North Carolina. That was the COVID year, so I only played about 16 games. But I kind of wanted to challenge myself a little bit more, so I hit the portal, ended up at a JUCO, Florida Southwestern. But as soon as I left Gardner-Webb, I basically knew I wanted to go to East Carolina because my best friend Zach Agnos was there. And then obviously his older brother Jake Agnos pitched there. So I definitely had some interest in it even before committing. And then when they had offered me, I think I committed on the spot, actually. It was kind of a no-brainer for me because it had been a school that I'd been wanting to go to for some years, actually.
So my commitment journey to ECU, when I was 15 years old, I originally committed to a school in the ACC. Things happened with that. I decided to reopen my commitment class, or my recruiting process, and ECU reached out. They had one more spot for a pitcher. Visited there, absolutely fell in love with the place. Great town, great environment, and I do not regret anything I did. It was one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. This past year, got plenty of playing time as a freshman, and I've also learned a lot, grown as a person there, and all the coaches, they're amazing people. They really helped me along the way and made me grow into a young man.
So going into my sophomore year, that's when I really started to get recruited by schools, and ECU was one of the first schools that had talked to me. And I kind of just went on a visit. I had a few others planned, but I went on a visit. I fell in love with everything about Greenville, and I stuck with it.
So in the beginning of the spring, we had a little bit of a rocky start. If you would have asked anybody on the team, we were 14-13 at one point. You think we're going to host a super regional? I bet you 99% of the people would have said no. And then everyone came together as a team. We rallied together, 20-game win streak, 21 game win streak. And at the end of the year, we got that regional bid and got to host the super regional.
I mean, the stadium was absolutely electric. There's nothing that can describe it. I mean, when you set attendance records on back-to-back days, and it's just amazing to be able to be a part of it.
Nothing I would have rather been doing. Just the purple and gold chants. It was just a special place to be. The whole town rallied around the team, gave us some energy, and it's a shame we couldn't make it to the College World Series, but it was an awesome experience.
This summer's been huge for me personally. Definitely gained some of my confidence back. Just overall, just trying to see a baseball and hit a baseball. Nothing too complicated. That's really the only thing that I've been working on this summer is just hammering fastballs and having fun again. So.
I've learned that there's many different philosophies from many different teams around the country, but we all have the same goal in mind, and that's to win. And everyone here, just great teammates.
Yeah, these two guys. Obviously, I'm 2 years older than them, but it's been a lot of fun with them. Trey was my locker buddy at ECU, so I kind of knew him a little bit more than Shank. But I mean, we live together in the same host family house, so I've gotten to know them pretty well, and they're hard workers. I'll say that. They work really hard, and they're just overall good people. So I've gotten to enjoy my time so far with these two.
But just getting to know. Well, I was already good friends with Wyatt because we were both freshmen last year. Lived right across the hall from each other. Got to watch what he's eating, manage that for the coaches. And then Carter, I learned that he loves to go to the pool a lot.
I think it's gotten a lot stronger. We're around each other 24/7, and we just keep getting better and better each day. We keep pushing ourselves, and other than that, we just get after it.
Obviously, with being teammates in Greenville, this trio has a long relationship. However, with this season, their relationship has gone even further. For Tom Sox Weekly, I'm Tucker Myers. Go Sox.
Speaking of life, we all know that it's measured in days. So for that, we're going to take a look at our most interesting player on a day in his life. Take a look.
Morning, Tom Sox fans. It's Carter Cunningham. Going to be taking you through a day in the life sort of thing. Last night we got in at 1:30, went to bed at probably 2 a.m. and we're gonna have to be back in the field here at 11. But before we do that, we're making a stop at Wawa with Wyatt Shankman and Trey Savage. I think we have stopped at Wawa every single day since we've been in Charlottesville, so I want to give a big shout out to them for fueling this ECU car. Probably turn this camera back on when we get back to the field. What's up, Tom Sox fans? We just finished our first game of the Waynesboro doubleheader. Took a tough loss. I think it was 7-4 extra innings. I'm with pitcher Jackson Novi. We're going to Waynesboro now. We got another 9-inning doubleheader, and I'll update you after that game.
Hey, I'm here with Kyle Edwards and Coach Nick Bali. We're going to go through the game plan as to how we defeat the Waynesboro Generals.
All right, so we played at Charlottesville at 1. Didn't quite play a great game, but we're looking for revenge here. And I think the game plan here is to get the offense going, pitchers throw strikes, and I think we'll be pretty set. It's cooled down a lot. It was like 100 degrees earlier, and we were all kind of gassed, but now we're ready. Got the water here, hydration.
Yep.
Shout out to Bali. He looks just bad right now. Those Ray-Bans just off-brand.
They're not. You're saying they're not.
But this has been a great experience. I think we're going to win here, get the first seed down. Hopefully Harrisonburg falls through today, and we run in the playoffs and run through every team.
And how are you looking to bounce back after your, let's just call it state-of-state, piss-poor performance game 1?
All right,
I was over 5 with 3 Ks and a popped-up bunt, but I'm looking to bounce back by just, hunting the fastball, swinging strikes, and put it forward and not backwards because we're not playing cricket, we're playing baseball.
There you go. And there you have it, folks. Kyle Edwards, shortstop, defensive extraordinaire. We're still working on the flat stick, but,
That is correct.
A lot of baseball to be played. So for your Charlottesville Tom Sox TV, I'm Coach Nick Bali. This is Kyle Edwards, and go Sox.
Go Sox.
Back here with Trey Younger. We're going to do a field review here in Waynesboro. Hat on forward. How do I we're just gonna. What do we think of this venue? Was that Spikes? What do we got?
I mean, it's the Valley League, man. I think it's about as good as we get. We got rounded Fenway type base paths right here.
Yeah, rounded.
That's pretty cool.
Let's get a better angle of that. Yeah.
Grass base paths. That's usually good.
Yeah, that's huge. That is huge.
Run fast on that. We got short fence.
Short fence. That's also a plus for hitters.
You can hit home runs and you don't even know it.
We got the guy putting in bases. Give a shout out to the Tom Sox TV. So he said, "What's up, guys?" Well, yeah, we'll check in. Actually, what I'm gonna do is gonna go over each and every single one of my at bats after I take them. So I'll check in with you in like 10 minutes. All right, Tom Sox fans, it's 15-9. We got Nick Erickson in the background. Way to behave there, Nick. We're on hour 7 of this doubleheader, currently at Waynesboro. I said I'd give you updates on how my at-bats went. Broken bat, fly out to Kyle Edwards. We're heading into the top of the 9th. First at-bat, got my doors blown off, and then hit an end capper to the third baseman. Called it an error, thought it was a hit, all good. Next at-bat, 5-pitch walk. Next at-bat, 6-hole banger. There's Garrett Spikes. Our boys are coming in from the field. Next at-bat, line drive over shortstop's head. Good swing. Next at-bat, 4-pitch walk.
That was third base.
No, then my last at-bat, yeah. Little thumbs over the third baseman's head. But yeah, we're in the top of the 9th, hour 7 of this. Gavin wants a little shout out, you know, loves the attention on him at all times.
Barter Buddingham.
Dog. We were just some dogs this game. Head coach Ramon Garza told us to be some dogs, so we were. And I currently am writing a paper, actually. I got 84 words left to go. Give you updates as I'm headed back home. All right, it is 11:55. Just got back from a long day, but we won the South Division, so that's huge. And here with my guy Gus. Gonna make some food real quick. Actually, big shout out to Miss Christie. She made us some burgers and a potato. So, peace out, Tom Sox fans.
In preparation for what we have upcoming next, we wanted to send a very special congratulations to our very own Satchel Norman, who was drafted in the 15th round by the Milwaukee Brewers.
Before we get into the draft, let's take a look at our sponsor, Zoom Indoor Cycling.
Tom Sox Weekly is presented by Zoom Indoor Cycling. Located at 1929 Arlington Boulevard here in Charlottesville, Zoom is the premier spin cycle destination in Central Virginia. Your first class is free and you can sign up online at zoomcville.com. Zoom Indoor Cycling. Flip in, rock out, ride on.
As you may have heard, the MLB Draft has come and gone, and some of our Tom Sox players, past and present, have been selected in the draft.
We're sending it to Joe Callahan to discuss and compare these results.
The Tom Sox had 3 players taken in last week's MLB Draft, 2 former players, and 1 from this year's team. Let's take a look. The first Tom Sox player was Auburn's Trace Bright, who was selected in the 5th round by the Orioles. Bright made 3 starts for Charlottesville last summer, working a 2.31 ERA with 14 strikeouts and 11 2/3 innings. He served as a weekend starter for Auburn this spring, going 5-4 with a 5.13 ERA and 94 strikeouts in 80 2/3 innings. The next former Sox to be picked was Carson Skipper, another Auburn product. He played for us in 2019 and was selected in the 11th round by the Rockies. He made 3 appearances, 2 starts for Charlottesville in 2019, with a 7.88 ERA and 14 strikeouts in 8 innings. He finished this spring with a 4.45 ERA and 27 appearances for Auburn, striking out 70 in 58 2/3 innings. The final Sox player to be selected was our very own Satchel Norman, who was taken in the 15th round by the Brewers. Before being drafted this year, Norman hit .319 for the Sox with 21 runs, 8 doubles, 19 RBIs, 21 walks, and had 9 stolen bases. He reached base in 25 of the 26 games he played on this year. For Florida Southwestern, he batted a program record .376 batting average, and he was second in home runs and RBIs. Thanks for watching. For Tom Sox TV, I'm Joe Callahan Jr.
You may think a baseball field is not a place for a bunch of dogs, but we do.
Our Dora Friedman took to field reporting during our annual Bark in the Park night on July 21st.
Hi Tom Sox fans, it's Dora Friedman here at Charlottesville High School, where we're proud to host Bark in the Park night. Just for your viewing pleasure, I took the liberty of going around talking to some fans, some players, some dogs, and people who absolutely may or may not have that dog in them. Enjoy! Alright guys, would you please introduce yourself to the camera for me?
Yeah, my name is Damon.
And who is your friend here?
This is Summer, and she's almost 2 years old.
Summer, as you can see, is rocking some homemade Tom Sox gear that, personally, I think we should start selling, Dave. And how has your night been tonight? How has Bark in the Park been for you too?
Very nice. I like the weather. It's not. I was expecting it to be too hot. It's not.
I'm very relieved as well, let me tell you. And if your furry friend was on the field, what position do you think Summer would play?
Oh, she's very fast. It'd have to be outfield, I think.
Outfield, I see it. She's got the speed, she's got the motivation. Has she been trying to chase these foul balls?
She's been chasing other things. But yeah.
That's fair enough, honestly. Which baseball teams do you support?
Tom Sox? Tom Sox.
I mean, they're pretty good too, I've heard. Not as good as the Tom Sox, but, you know, we'll give it to them. Do you guys play baseball?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
What's your favorite position to play?
Catcher, second base, pitcher.
Did you hear our catcher just got drafted to the Milwaukee Brewers? Satchel Norman?
I do not know what that means.
Two of your favorite Tom Sox pitchers. They might not have dogs, but they don't have shoes on, so the dogs are out to play today. So, boys, do you prefer cats or dogs?
Dogs.
That was the correct answer. And if you were a dog, what type of dog would you be?
Husky.
Both of those were incorrect. How have they enjoyed the game so far?
Jimmy loves coming anywhere where she's allowed to go, so she has thoroughly enjoyed it.
Leon is still hoping to catch a foul ball.
And I wish him luck. Now, if your dogs were in the game, which position do you think they would be?
I think Jimmy would probably be the umpire.
Yeah, very cool, calm,
she likes
collected.
to, yeah, exactly.
Older soul.
Exactly.
Understood.
Likes to judge.
Definitely. See it happening right now.
Yep. Leon would definitely be outfield. He's just here for the run, here for the sprint.
I've seen him running all around our outfield tonight. Some of the most energy I've seen outside the dugout today, honestly. What do you think has been Sasha's favorite part of the night?
Probably watching the other dogs go back.
Yeah?
Yes, definitely. She checks them out pretty big time.
She's pretty good at catch. She's got good range, and she has an overall view of the game pretty well.
Sasha, would you agree with that statement? What do you think of the game today?
It's been great. Pitching's done well.
Yeah.
Keep them close. Cole Wagner just came up with a big hit.
He did.
Twice.
All right, up to bat right now, we have KJ from Florida Southwestern State, number 25. If he was an animal, what kind of animal would he be?
It's a tough one.
Think hard.
I need something strong, fast. I'll give him a leopard. But also nice.
Leopard. Strong, fast, nice. Who let the dogs out?
We let the dogs out? That's good. I try not to let the dogs out.
Before we let you go, let's take a look at what the Tom Sox have coming up in the first round of the playoffs.
That's all we got for this episode. Thanks for tuning in. For Will Trout, I'm Destiny Sanchez, and as always, go Sox!